Um, so imagine you are trying to buy a home, right? But the entire market is basically rigged against you.
Yeah, you are making literally the biggest financial decision of your life, but it is based on information that is, systematically curated to make you overpay.
Exactly. But what happens when you flip the script? Because, I mean, we are looking at a completely fascinating headline today.
Oh, it is wild. A first-time buyer used AI to track how long homes actually sat unsold across, was it 8,000 listings?
Yeah, 8,000. And basically overnight, estate agents just stopped inflating asking prices in that entire city.
I mean, the impact is staggering. Average asking prices dropped by something like 34,000 pounds in just 72 hours once that data went public.
Wow. Right. So our mission for this deep dive today
Yeah.
is to really figure out exactly how these hidden property tactics work.
Right.
And to do that, we're cracking open an educational AI mock-up from Claude called the AI Real Estate Decoder. So, okay, let's unpack this. Looking through this AI audit,
Mm.
it is honestly like taking a black light into a fancy hotel room.
That is the perfect way to put it. You turn it on, and suddenly you see all the grime that the sellers desperately tried to scrub away.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the AI is not just looking for, like, bad keywords. It is examining the digital fingerprints of the listing, matching up postcodes, square footage, cached web pages.
Catching agents trying to slap a fake mustache on a stale property and sneak it back onto the market.
Yes. Let's look at how they actually do that, starting with the timeline. I mean, we have a mock listing here for 14 Elmsworth Gardens.
Right, and if you look at the public page, it claims it was listed just 3 weeks ago.
But the AI flags its true market exposure at 287 days.
Which is almost 10 months. Wait, why would an agent go through the massive hassle of doing all the paperwork to delist and relist a house 3 separate times?
Well, because time on the market is basically the buyer's biggest weapon. Just think about the psychology here.
Okay, I am tracking.
If you see a home sitting untouched for nearly 300 days, you immediately know there is no queue of buyers, right? And the seller might be getting pretty desperate.
So you are going to negotiate hard.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. So they do these like tiny cosmetic 10,000-pound price drops.
Exactly,
Mhm.
yeah. They generate a new reference number and just reset the clock entirely.
Manufacturing a false sense of urgency. Because if you think a property has only been out there for 3 weeks, you are pressured to act fast and negotiate less.
Right. But the AI completely bypasses those new reference numbers by cross-referencing old property registry data.
Oh, wow. So they have trapped you with a fake timeline, but then when you actually walk through the door, the illusion just continues with the physical space itself.
Oh, yeah, the agents speak.
Right. It reminds me of reading a bad dating profile where, loves the outdoors actually just means currently lives in a tent.
Yeah, or in this case, where rarely available actually means 7 nearly identical properties sold on that exact same street in the last 14 months.
Here is where it gets really interesting, though. The listing boasts 4 bedrooms. But if you are touring this house, you probably are not bringing a tape measure to check the dimensions.
Right. Most people do not. But the AI checks the actual floor plan and flags that the fourth bedroom is only 6.1 square meters.
Wait, really? Is there a rule against that?
Yeah, that is below the legal minimum of 7.5 square meters for a single bedroom. So legally, this is just a 3-bedroom house.
Wow.
And that is not just some technicality. I mean, if a bank evaluates that property, they might flat out deny your mortgage because it is priced as a 4-bedroom, but appraised legally as a 3.
That is insane. And when the AI recalculates the estimated fair market value based on comparable 3-bedroom sales, the true value comes in at 498,000 pounds.
And the asking price was 685,000 pounds.
I mean, that is a 187,000-pound markup based on a phantom bedroom.
It is wild. And it also caught that the Energy Performance Certificate, the EPC rating, expired in 2021.
Gee.
Yeah, and again, that is not just a green initiative issue. An expired EPC means you might legally not be able to rent the place out.
Or you will get hit with massive hidden upgrade costs the absolute second you move in.
Exactly.
Which brings up an obvious question. Why would an agent risk blatantly misrepresenting the specs like that?
Well, it all comes down to the commission structure, right? The mock-up breaks down the math for us.
Let me guess, it is a big difference.
Oh, yeah. At that inflated 685,000 pound asking price, the agent makes a 10,275 pound cut.
Okay.
But at the actual fair value of 498,000, they only make 7,470 pounds.
Wow, okay. So that 2,805-pound difference is the literal financial incentive to maintain the illusion.
That is exactly it. It is the premium they earn for keeping you totally in the dark.
And I guess that explains the massive ripple effect of this 8,000 listing audit. When you equip everyday buyers with hard data, the psychological pressure tactics just vanish.
Because buyers negotiated firmly, sellers realized the jig was up and the market corrected almost violently.
Hence the 34,000-pound overnight drop. You are no longer guessing, you are actually verifying.
Exactly. It really changes the entire power dynamic.
It really does. So what does this all mean for us? I'm going to leave you with a final thought to ponder today.
Yeah, go for it.
If a single buyer using an AI tool can force a market correction simply by exposing real estate data, what other notoriously opaque industries are next?
Oh, that is a great question.
Right. Think about used car sales or maybe healthcare billing. What other markets are just one consumer-built AI tool away from a total reckoning?